Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over how I cover ramp on Nuke. A few of the guys have been asking me for some tips on things that I've learned while I ascend through the ranks. So I figured I'd start off with holding ramp, something a lot of people tend to have a little bit of trouble doing because it is a pretty open area. You know, if someone flashes in here, you can very easily get blind if you're standing here or even back here. So I'm just going to go over a few tips on how I hold ramp. Now usually I will have another player supporting me, but the first thing I will do, there's a little wall right here. It's sort of like a 45-degree angle wall. I'll take out smoke, and once I get to about this shadow, the edge of this shadow, I'll run up, I'll throw it, and I'll sit behind this box. And then I'll have my second player do the same thing with a flashbang grenade. And that flashbang grenade, as you can see, it will pop in the smoke, and they'll generally not have enough time to react to it. So again, it pops roughly about here. Even if they're playing right here, they're going to be pretty blinded, and they're going to fall back. Usually they'll run back too, because they get flashed and they don't want to get picked through the smoke. And that'll give you some information on if there are players there. So again, I played this position up here by the box. So if they do push through the smoke, I can easily spray them down. And then I have another player, usually either playing right here, you can spray them down as well, or playing on top of this box. Gets quite a good amount of cover, and again, pretty much the same angle, a little bit less vision on the left side, but you can still spray them down through the smoke. Very rarely will I have a player supporting me from back here, because it's pretty easy to get picked. Visible, excuse me, from here all the way back into radio. So, I'll pretty much hold this angle right here, waiting for vision from my teammate, because a lot of times when players are rushing ramp, what they'll do, maybe they'll flash in, they'll go boom, wait for the pop flash to go off, check here, and then they'll turn their backs like this. And what that is going to allow us to do, both of us, one, the player here is going to get vision on this guy rushing ramp, his back is going to be turned, so he'll be able to spray him down pretty easily. That's going to give me vision as well. By that I mean I'm going to be able to see them on my radar. I'm pointing to my radar, but obviously that's not going to work because you can't see me. But anyways, I'll be able to support him while these people are facing that way. I can just kind of spray down. Even if I just go like this, I can get some headshots, obviously, but I'm not going to spray like that. But it's one of the ways I hold ramp. Now let's say I'm ecoed, or we hear them rushing. If my player supporting me down here gets vision, what I'll do, and a lot of people forget that this thing is here, they don't realize they can kind of use it to your advantage. You'd think it's just, oh, there's a random yellow thing here. But if I do hear a rush coming, if you aim your crosshair like sort of where this little seam is, maybe a little bit above it, and you throw it, your flashbang like that, it bounces off of it and it pops right here. And because your ally, your teammate, is sitting right here, that flash is not going to blind him, but it's going to pop right in the faces. Let's see if I can kind of like duplicate it here. It's going to pop right in the faces of these players here. They're going to get blinded. Easy spray down. Spray them all down. Just kind of obviously don't sprawl like that, but spray them down. Spray them down. Spray them down. Spray them down. And again, spray them down. Even come up here. You're going to catch a lot of people off guard if you're playing this position as well. Because again, players, especially at lower ranks, they'll just kind of rush in. A lot of times they'll jump around this corner, kind of try and pre-fire you like that, and then they'll look here. This player's going to be supporting you. You can catch any stragglers or anybody that comes across here. It's two very powerful positions. And if you do happen to go down here, what this player down here can do, if they do still have a flash, they can bounce it off there and fall back to ramp. See where that explodes right on top of that box? It's going to blind anybody pushing ramp. Because, again, it explodes right up here. It's got vision of the entire site, or not the site, but the entire area. So anybody pushing here, let's see if I can do that. Anybody pushing here, that is horrible, but again, it's gonna blind them. Let's see. There we go. See how it kind of blinds me? Disorients you. Maybe it's not a full blind, but it's good enough to give you some time to fall back and get a defensive position here. Either holding it right here, because as they push down, again, they're gonna be checking this corner first, if they're on this side. And you're kind of hidden in the corner here. You'll get vision on them, hear them, and you'll be able to, hopefully, at the very least, trade yourself. And again, gotta take into consideration your environment. There's this thing right here. Pop it off. Very, very easy to do. And you can fall back pretty easily. You just go boop, fall back to site, or over here. Wait for your teammates. Sometimes I even like to sit here. It's not the greatest spot, but a lot of people don't check it because they'll be running into site. Either from this side or the other side. They'll be running into site, checking vents, pre-firing vents in case anybody's in vents. Checking this window, and they'll run out onto here to check here. Their back's turned to you. Very easy to pick somebody when their back's turned to you. If you're standing here, spray them down. And again, same thing on the other side. They'll be running down here. Be pre-firing vents. Checking window room. Checking secret doors. And if they do come up here, they probably will see you, but again, if they're looking like this, they're checking their angles, they might not even be looking at you. And if they're all pushed all the way out here, looking over towards the vent, or looking down onto site, if you're playing here, pretty easy to spray them. Got very good view lines. So that's basically how I hold ramp as CT. It doesn't always work, it's not perfect, because if they do happen to get a pop flash on you and you're not prepared, you're not fully set up, you get a bad spawn or something. You know, they get their pop flash off here and you're blind and your teammate is not fully set up. You're probably going to go down, but if you do happen to get the ability to set up, run in, throw your flash, have your teammate throw this little pop flash, get into positions, listen, if they're rushing, easy spray down. So I guess that's pretty much the basics of how I hold the ramp. Sometimes I will play this position after, I guess they sort of see me playing this position a few times in a row. I'll play this position. Not the best position because they will look here pretty much immediately, but you can usually get a pick or two. And if that position doesn't work, a lot of times I'll play right here or right here. So if they do happen to take out my teammate, I can kind of get them as they jump down onto ramp. But that's essentially all there is to how I play ramp, and hopefully this helps some of you guys. So as always, thank you for watching, and see you next time.